Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls. And I have a little dust mop with little pieces of his bedding stuck in his fur. So he's a little cutie. I feel actually kind of bad. He was just in his nest and I dug him out, and he was worried and frightened for a few moments, but he's not so scared anymore. I mean, he's always going to be scared. He's a prey animal. He's a rodent. But he's wonderful and fluffy. And now that I've shown him off, though, with his wonderful fur and coloration, I'm going to put him back into his nest so that he can relax. My little guy, we'll just turn you over like this. And then back you go. And down. There. Okay, that's as far over as that lid will go. It's a different lid for the type. It doesn't quite fit, but it's perfect for the size, so thumbs up for that. Gotta keep my chair. Look at that. If I have my chair facing forward, I am not centered. My back is just such a mess, because if I keep my chair facing forward, then it just feels all off. And if I get things so I feel like I'm pointed straight, I look back and my lower body's at an angle. Joy! Such is life, so you do what you can do. Last night, I went and did the full walkies to Walmart. Did a bunch of thinking on the way there, bunch of thinking on the way back, and I remember much of anything of what I thought about. Not a whole lot, just thought about this, that, and nothing, and walked. I enter kind of a zen state. Hang symmetrically, sure, don't just hang off to one side. No, it's not going to work right at all. That's a little better. So, it's okay. I thought about stories. I thought about my worlds. I thought about this and that. One thing I do kind of want to talk about for the story that I brought up yesterday with the, not the science fiction-y weird one, which I've worked on quite a bit since first coming up with it just like 2 days ago. But the previous story, where I talked about how there's the level of magic has fallen down to finally, after like 1 billion years, has fallen to a less than lethal level so that life can actually grow on this planet now and evolve and stuff. And I cannot get centered. What is going on with my back and my chair? And me. So there we go. I think I'm finally centered. But, okay, so if we go with ideas of magic being, something that people can use, natural resource, but it's more like a dark energy sort of thing. There's an idea of there being like mana stones that charge up things, and it doesn't take much for most planets where they have Tolkien-esque levels of magic with people flying dragons and vast towers and the elven people that are immortal. That sort of thing is powered by a mana stone chunk about the size of a bowling ball that would be lodged in the planet's core. And that's strong enough that it doesn't just power the magic on the planet, it's enough to cover the entire solar system. So everything in the entire solar system is run by this mana stone. So, there's smaller ones to have more lower magic places, bigger ones for bigger ones, but even when odds are very small, given enough time, that'll happen. Maybe if this event to happen, you'd have to roll 100 dice and they'd all have to come up with ones, and that's the only time it would happen. Well, given enough time, given enough rolls, you're going to do it. Well, you're going to also have some that you roll 10 trillion dice and they all have to come up ones. It's very rare, might only happen once every couple trillennia, but eventually those 10 trillion dice are all going to come up ones. And so what happened was, there's a mana stone in this place that is the size of our moon. and it wanged into this one planet. Now, Mana Stone this big, it's not just big enough to power magic on the planet, it's big enough to actually power magic for their local galactic cluster, which is, 3 gigantic spiral galaxies as large as the Andromeda Galaxy, and about 75 smaller elliptical galaxies as well. That one Mana Stone powers all of that. And that's why for 1 billion years on the actual planet itself, the levels of magic were they were too toxic. It was just lethal for anything living. And it's only after 1 billion years the levels fell to just tolerable. So it's been 1 million years of this just shy of toxic level of magic. And so everything has been influenced by this. There's no way to avoid it. It's omnipresent, and so it's had an effect on everything from the sun to the moon to the way the stars look in the sky to your DNA. And so it's, to the people there, it's just the place you live, and it's largely just that. But magic is still volatile, powerful, extremely dangerous. There's wild creatures everywhere. And if a magic user dies violently, well, that's not so good either. Close to the place where they start off their little adventure, there's this one gigantic crack in the earth with a huge valley leading down into it, where in a duel one of the wizards died, and now this huge miles-long gorge is from their death throes. So, hey. So I don't know. I've been working on stuff with that one for like the past 20 years. There's the character Darian, who's a swords person. He's the main person, though the least powerful of the bunch. He's just a swordsman. Has never come up against a challenge that has ever defeated him, and so he's not going out and like slaughtering people, going fight me. It's just, hey, I'm trying to duel people, not to the death, just fight. And he's never come up against anything that he's lost to. And so now he's just trying to find this sword so he can become even better. But he comes across the blue elf. And then there's another wizard. And then there's a vegetarian ogre. So hopefully I'm going to get something done with it one day. Hopefully. I got so much stuff that's up here that needs to just get out. I'll never be able to get it done. So that's why at least I talk about them, so that there's at least people know that something is there instead of it just dying in darkness. Not trying to be depressing, just realistic. I mean, I'm going to write again one day. Right now it's just lack of energy because of all the stuff going on with my depression, my fibro, the spinal and nerve damage. But in a lot of ways, while things are, going to continue getting worse, the parts also, they don't always go downhill. I mean, I have periods where things are feeling pretty good and I got energy. So, hey, thumbs up for that. And it is a good thing. It's life. Life is life. Shirt, hang properly on my frame. And my frame isn't symmetrical, so of course it's not going to be able to hang well because of my scoliosis on this side. So, yay! But life is life. And my hamsters are all still doing well. I'm still not quite sure how little Thigmo got out that one day. Ever since I put him back into his cage, he's been in his cage. There have been no issues with him getting out, so he must have managed that special thing where he was able to glom onto with the edges of his claws and then hang on just enough to pull himself up and then actually reach up and grab and then blump and then fall out. Must have been what happened, because he didn't chew a hole, and I can't see any other way he could have gotten out aside from like teleportation, and I've never seen him be able to do that. So hopefully that's not what he's figured out. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Which oddly reminds me of something that's real life, and why it kind of ruins the ideas of galactic empires and even a growing bubble of colonization in space. Why it would be so difficult to do, because everything is moving. Everything is moving. Our star is spinning, the entire galaxy is turning, and nothing is moving all at the same rate. That's why our galaxy is like a large, weird, stylized S, because it's spinning all at different rates. And so it's got all of our trailing arms. I say our like it's our galaxy. But there's the trailing arms because everything's moving at different speeds. And it's not like things look easy to figure out when you're close or far away. Does that make sense? Because even within our solar system, I think it's even as far as like just Jupiter or Saturn's orbit. You can't tell our sun from any other star in the sky. And that's still within our solar system, and you can't tell. So if you're further outside and you're off by, well, 1 astronomical unit is just the distance of our sun from us. That 93 million miles is 1 astronomical unit. If there's just a 4 astronomical unit, let's say, difference between in just our solar system, and you can't tell our sun from any other star in the sky, what's going to happen when you show up and things are 10, 20, 100, 1,000 astronomical units distant? Because an astronomical unit is not far. That's a tiny, tiny, tiny distance. Because you go back any distance at all, and of course all of our planets are just hugging the surface of our star. Everything is relative. So how could you possibly have accurate star charts when everything is moving constantly in changing directions all the time? And if you were off just by such a small amount, you'd never be able to tell where anything was. Hokey smokes. So, I mean, we don't have faster than light travel. Oh, there's a gnat from the open window there. We don't have faster than light travel, so I mean it's a theoretical issue that will never happen. But it's just interesting things to think about that way. Because with such scale and such distances, I mean, the whole Mass Effect universe thing with the mass driver things that shoot you everywhere, things change so far that if they are in set places after 1 million years, it wouldn't shoot you anywhere near star systems. Because of the distances and things changing, it would just be blasting everybody off into the middle of nowhere to starve. Thumbs up for technology. Technology, of course, not being the problem, just our vast and changing universe. And I am going to fixate on this all day. So, good golly, Miss Molly. And I can't even just put another shirt over the top of this, so I'm probably going to have to change my shirt. Because it's so hot. I was sweating last night as I was sleeping. So, yay. Yeah, nice and way too warm, way too muggy. I just wore a t-shirt, my shirt that I wore yesterday during my video. I just wore that on my walk to Walmart, and it was almost too warm at 10 o'clock last night. Because I left at between 9-ish and 10-ish, and I got back after 11 o'clock. I don't mind walking late. I mean, I used to go walking at 3 and 4 in the morning because I didn't have a set sleep schedule. I don't mind going out walking when it's dark. That's not an issue. I am 1 inch less than 6 foot. I'm 5'11", and with any sort of shoes, I'm 6 foot. And the average height of an American man is like between 5'8" and 5'10". So I am slightly above average height, and even though I'm not big, fat, or muscular, I'm not a little guy anymore. So I'm not, well, I don't look dangerous or a threat. I'm also like not just, oh, I'm gonna go pound on that little guy. No, I'm not a little guy. I'm a bigger guy. Again, not a big belly, just I'm 5'11", and I'm 180 pounds, and a lot of that now is turned into lean muscle from walking and such like that. So I'm not, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just, I think what I'm trying to say is, don't worry. When I say I go walking at night, I'm not presenting myself as an easy target. So there's always threat. There's always danger. I could get hit by a bus by going walking during daylight hours. It happens. And I've opened up, excuse me, 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. Just thank you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, and different comment. The fact is you left a comment. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. And of course it is a range of 20 to 25 because, oh, ishy. Even though I am in, no. See? This is why my brain is getting repaired. I am 30%, between 25 and 30% repaired. I broke badly during the death of my wife. I'm right where I should be right now, but I'm getting better all the time. So I've got the stuff here. So we have Paladin William, thank you very, very much. And Hastu, thank you. Shabang, thumbs up and thank you. Gustav Friends. Can't really tell what you were saying there, but these glasses aren't the best for the distance I'm at. I forgot to put on the bifocals today. And Jason, greatly appreciated. Hi Mista, thumbs up and thank you. And Marty Weeks, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29, thumbs up. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Komodo Beats, greatly appreciated. Nancy Sweeney, thumbs up and thank you. And Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. Fake Dot Shwaracha, thumbs up. And Yamakomo no, thank you very, very much. And Alive Too Long, greatly appreciated. Then we have Adrian Brian. Oh, my glasses are, not my glasses, just my eyes. Thumbs up and thank you. And Mallard, greatly appreciated. We had Lord This Dick. Thumbs up and thank you. Edek0987, greatly appreciated. Divvy D, greatly appreciated. Brian Lisenby, thumbs up and thank you. Denial, good to see you here and good to see you going off to do what's good. That was bad English, but hopefully you understood what I was at least trying to say. And Jamie's Division, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you very, very much. And no matter if I am wide awake or barely awake as I am right now, it is good to get out of my head and dealing with other people. Yay! And if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you didn't want to, but if you could, that'd be awesome. Don't have to. Don't ever feel obligated. I've hopefully got my foodstuffs and kitty food on the Amazon wish list. If you wanted to support me in some fashion, I need to get foodstuffs on there. Hopefully I've got them on there. I don't do it on purpose, my bloody mind. But if you could help me out at least with kitty food. Nancy Sweeney sent along 4 packages of hamster food. Thank you so much. I was starting to get really low and worried. It is so appreciated. Definitely. Little fur balls. They don't deserve to suffer if I can't help them. So thank you, each and every one of you that helps out. And Potatotron sent a big old thing of bedding too. Thank you so much. It is awesome. Oh, hokey smokes. Well, you all take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Oh, I still haven't talked about how my intros and outros are always the same.